Hi! As some of you may know, I was recently in Orlando to compete in the USTA 55 Nationals. Although our team didn't place first, I can tell you that we didn't come in last. Since we're all the way over there, Heather and I decided to stay a few extra days and explore Orlando. And one of the highlights was meeting up with a colleague from IART whom I've never met before. From the airport, we drove 20 miles north and arrived at Racquet Quest, where we met up with John Gugel. Just as we parked the car, we saw a couple of guys outside pre-stretching a set of strings. Then the other guy that was with John said, "Hey, I know you, you're the guy from YouTube." Well, of course I was flattered that he recognized me. That was cool.
I love his introductions. Every time he does his introductions, that's great.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew instantly when you jumped out of the car.
I'm just flattered that somebody. Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised. There's more. Anybody that's actually into stringing will know you.
Oh.
So you should take that as a compliment.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I'll have to look.
No, yeah, it's great.
His name was Randy St. Pierre, and he's also a racket stringer from the UK who is visiting John and is also a member of the IRT and has a stringing business called Precision Stringing. One of the topics I was curious about was the string power potential, since I knew that John has been collecting data about this for a while.
And we've been doing this since 1984.
John defines string power potential on his website as, "This characteristic seems to encompass a great deal of what players want in their tennis racket." In other words, it is the most meaningful characteristic of a string derived from elongation. The higher the elongation, the more power potential the string will provide. When testing for power potential, the string is clamped and marked at 10 inches from the clamp. Next, the string is tensioned at 60 pounds. Then the stretch string is remeasured at the 10-inch mark, which is the elongation.
Pull it at 60 pounds. It's just A over E over delta L. It's the modulus of the material. But the thing that gives us the power potential is all of this, okay? So it's not just one number, it's a bunch of them, but I'm gonna make sure this is actually 60 pounds.
Finally, this measurement is inputted into a spreadsheet with a bunch of numbers that make up a formula, and voila, calculates the power potential.
You know, while it's under load, we can
So from that one pull at 60 pounds, that's how you're inputting that.
yeah,
Oh, just that one.
yeah. So it's 50 thousandths of an inch now. So the Poisson's ratio can be calculated from what it was when it went in. It's probably not much different. It's 52.052 to 050. Okay, so the string's gotten that much thinner at 60 pounds. Okay. But yeah, it's just the difference between. I start with 10 inches because that's going to be about the average string length, okay, between the crosses and the mains. And then however much it's stretched, then you can take it back to 0 and measure it again and see how much creep was involved. Then it would show up either by brand or by power potential. But that's essentially it. All this stuff, I didn't have it pasted all the way down. It took so long, but all that stuff, it takes it from 60 pounds up to 70 pounds. And then it makes the calculation as to how much power that's going to give. So the modulus of the material is really the bottom line. So you get a polyester, for example, or Kevlar. Kevlar has, elongation like nothing. Okay. So even that tiny little bit of difference makes a difference in how the string feels. Okay, so that is power potential. With this, we know exactly what the string does.
Yeah.
So when a string stretches, it absorbs energy from the impact of the ball. And conversely, when it rebounds, it returns that energy to the ball, enhancing the power of the shot. The higher the power potential number in the database, the more elongation in the string, and therefore more energy is transferred to the ball. I hope you got that. You can find this spreadsheet on the Racket site website, and I provided a link down below.
It's a lot of fun. You know, I don't think most of us would do it if we're strictly forced to.
No.
You know, I mean, why? You know, why? And I do it because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you love it.
You know, I learn things almost
Well, it's
all
like I
the time.
said, you the day you think that you know everything, that's the day you should pack it in,
Yeah.
because it's ever changing all the time. You know that.
Well, is there anything we missed?
No, I think we covered more than I didn't know where it was gonna go, but I knew it was gonna go somewhere. So
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll test these and text you the results. Is that okay?
yeah. Toward the end of our meeting, it was nice to hear John say what he did. I know I appreciate our time to share our passion for what we do as racket stringers.
Anyway, it's a lot of fun, very enlightening. You know? So that's really why I do everything I do the way I do it. Certainly not for everybody, but it's fun for me and it's enlightening. You know, I learn a lot every time I do something. I learn a great deal, and that to me is what it's about. You know, if you can't learn something and share it, then what's the use, you know?
I'd like to also thank Randy for his kind words and for his interesting and enlightening conversation. Oh, and I would like to thank my camera person, my wife Heather, for videotaping our 2-hour meeting.
You're welcome. What's happening?
Alright.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching.
Happy stringing.
And let your strings play.